Hey there, idiots. Welcome back to Observe. I wanted to go ahead and take a little second right here at the beginning of this video to apologize for my last video. First, I do know that the song at the end was a little loud. Some of you decided to point it out to me. I understand, and actually, I am sorry for the way that I presented it. I'm not sorry for the reason that I did. I really do suggest you go over and check out The Art of Deduction. He has an excellent channel. Him and I have been doing this side by side for around 6 to 7 years now. And so we have an agreement that if one of us succeeds, we're going to try to lift the other up in this teamwork style. So that was my goal in this, was to be able to get him a little bit of traction, since I've been fortunate enough to find some myself. That being said, I do know that a lot of you were interested in the Nicole Kessinger analysis and would like to be able to see me do so again. So if you are one of those people, or if you're watching this and you would like to be able to see me do a full read on Nicole Kessinger, the entire interview, and maybe a little bit of other footage as well, then please let me know in the comments below. Today, however, we are going to be looking at Britney Spears again. So a while ago, I released a video analyzing Britney Spears in a number of different social media posts, and here recently, she released another social media update saying that she's fine. Well, at least that's what her words say. I want to go ahead and look at what her body language says. All right, so right off the bat here, let's talk about the colors. And basically what I have to say about the colors is that they're not really important in this. She is wearing white. There is a white background and her pants are pale. However, this isn't an apology. Wearing white in an update is really neither here nor there. There's no weight behind that. So I'm not reading into this. I don't think you should either. But let's talk about her body language. We're going to watch the entire video, and then we're going to go back through the video and talk about some hot points, summarize, and then we'll finish up from there.
Hi, so I know that there have been a lot of comments and a lot of people saying a lot of different things about me, but I just want to let you guys know that I am fine. I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life, and I'm sending all of you guys a lot of prayers, wishes, and a lot of love.
Okay, that was the video. Super long, right? But it's now time to go back through it and analyze the shit out of it. So with her starting posture here, we see this stilted hands at the side. Now, some could argue that this is literally the stop motion downwards with your hands curled. I don't think that's true. One of the places that this cluster was made popular in is in the show Lie to Me, where they have their hand straight down like this at their side, and they're showing that it's legitimately like her saying stop. It's a stress symbol. It could be. It really could be, but I don't think so in this specific case. However, if it is anything, it will be a sign of stress. Let's keep watching. Focus on her hands in this section.
Hi, so I know that there have been a lot of comments and a lot of people saying a lot of different things about me, but
okay, so you can see what her hands are doing this entire time. There's a lot of nervous fidgeting, a lot of it. There's hand wringing, there's the interlacing of the fingers, and I'm going to break down what each of these mean. So with the hands being interlaced via the fingers like this is commonly a sign of insecurity or nervousness. That being said, it's not guaranteed to be those things. For those of you who are new to the nonverbal reading atmosphere or study in general, there's a fairly well accepted rule of thumb that says that nonverbal reading is at best 70% accurate. Now this can be swayed either way by a few percentages depending on the circumstances and the reader themselves. In this sort of situation, I do believe it is a tell of nerves, but that's understandable. Given the circumstances, if she is fine and she's trying to convince millions of people who don't think she's fine that she is, there's going to be some nerves involved. On the other side, she could be in some trouble, and those nerves would be a tell of deceit. Regardless, there's nerves. This is also reinforced by the hand wringing. This is another sign of heavy nerves. If you see somebody who's wringing their hands, that's a very strong agitation gesture. That means they're nervous. Once again, understandable, regardless of the reason for it.
I just want to let you guys know that I am fine.
Okay, so she says, I am fine, and she does this here. which this is a defensive gesture. It's literally subconsciously pushing people away. I'm fine. Now, this can be for, once again, a couple reasons. One, she could be fine and she's trying to placate all of these millions of people who don't think that she's fine. The other thing that could be is she is fine, and this distancing gesture is her actually distancing herself from the lie that she's telling. There's two interpretations here, and each are equally plausible in these sort of instances. You'll also take a look at her face when she says fine. Right afterwards, she does a little head movement and does a lip compression. A lip compression can mean something subconsciously. If somebody does a lip compression, it can mean that they are biting back words. Their mouth is literally compressing shut, saying don't say these things because they're false, because you shouldn't, for any variety of reasons. That's the subconscious reason for a lip compression. Let's keep looking at the rest of the footage to see if anything else suspicious pops up.
I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life, and I'm sending all of you guys a lot of prayers.
All right, so she says, I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life, with a really substantial no shake. Now, if you've been here for a hot minute, you've heard me talk about the no shake a fair bit, this possible nonverbal misalignment. Now, a fair bit of the time, and I say a fair bit intentionally, when you say a certain thing, your head will follow the emotion of that certain thing. This can be done in positive and negatives. It can be done in actions and non-actions, and so on and so forth. So when you see somebody do something that says, I am fine, and shake their head, for instance, that's a I am, while a I am not is being displayed non-verbally. That's a possible misalignment. I feel like she's probably not okay, and there are some physical evidences throughout the rest of her videos to show that she's probably not okay. And she's saying that she's the happiest she's ever been, and I also doubt that. Now, she might have to say that regardless, because nobody wants to know that a celebrity's sad. In fact, they're supposed to have the best lives, so nobody wants to know that a celebrity is having a bad time. But a lot of the times, celebrities really are not happy people. They have vices, they have psychological issues that they have to work through. So when she's saying that she's the happiest she's ever been and shaking her head, I believe that's a nonverbal misalignment. I don't think she's the happiest she's ever been. And then along with that, she does do this gesture here with her palms, which is an open gesture. I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life. This is usually a sign of honesty. However, with the head shake as well, it seems like it could be forced. This is one of the easiest things to control, is what your palms do. And if anybody has given her any coaching on this, they would tell her, keep your body language open. She also does this look off to the side of the camera, and she does this in some other clips as well. In the other clips, it comes across as more of a fear expression, which if you look at her eyes only on this, they could be seen as maybe fearful. Her mouth is not showing that, but out of the two, I would tend to believe a person's eyes than their mouth. Now, some of you brought up, well, she could have Botox and that can make it a little bit harder to read. And you're right, that could make it a little bit harder to read. So the lack of movement in the eyes and eyebrows could be seen as such. That's possibly what's going on here. Let's finish up this video, and then I'm going to kind of summarize what I feel based off of what we've seen.
And I'm sending all of you guys a lot of prayers, wishes, and a lot of love.
Huh. So she goes back to doing some more of the hand wringing, nervous fidgeting. There is some reaffirming nods in there. And then right at the very, very end where she says, and a lot of love. That's the only place that she really has a noticeable verbal stutter like that. That is odd. I'm keeping that in mind. And then when she says a lot of love, she does this smile, but with the corners of her mouth turned down. Now, nonverbal analysts will say that this can indicate insecurity, and they're right. This can indicate insecurity or a lack of confidence in what's being said. It's also a cheeky smile. Some people will give this when they're having fun or they're being playful or something lighthearted is happening. So it's a little interesting. I have to be honest, this read was difficult to do in that there wasn't much to go off of. What I was able to really solidly see in this is, one, she is absolutely nervous. That's undeniable. I'm sure you could see it. I showed you why I believe she's nervous. I didn't see anything that would be a huge red flag for deceit. However, it does still seem off. And coupled with all of the rest of the footage that we've gone through before here on the channel, I would be more inclined to believe that something is off rather than not. This video didn't really do what I think Britney wanted it to do or what her team wanted it to do. I think there needs to be a little bit longer of a video with a little bit more of an explanation to be able to actually get to the truth itself. If she's really fine, I don't think that a 15-second Instagram or social media post is going to convey that very well. So regardless, this wasn't the best way to convey that she's fine. Now, according to Britney's nonverbal communication, what her body language is saying, there are things we know for sure. For sure, she is nervous. For sure, something is off. But what that is and why that is a whole other issue. She is processing something psychologically. Now, this could be due to the external influences of drugs, whether it's recreational or medical. It could be circumstantial. She could be being held captive in her own house. She could just be having a rough time mentally. These are all possibilities. This video wasn't enough to go off of to be able to give a definitive answer as to why or what's going on. We need a longer video. So we'll see. We'll see if that does come out. I'm going to go ahead and bet that it doesn't. And the reason that I bet it's not going to come out is because I feel like if she is on camera for too long doing something other than these sorts of tiny little updates or suspicious dance things or even weirder updates, I feel like if she's on camera for too long, something is going to slip. And whether that's she's actually way more mentally unstable than any of us are aware, or she is being held captive, or she is involved in other shady businesses, I'm not sure. But that's my read on this. I'm sorry that the content of it is a little bit watered down. If you did like this video and you would like to be able to see more, let me know your suggestions in the comments below. I do read them and I am very, very interested. I will usually hold a poll if multiple are an option and let you decide. If you would like to be able to see more videos like this, hit subscribe, hit the like button, do all those things. But without further ado, that's all that I've got for today. My name is Logan and you have been oh so awesome as you always are. And I will see you in the next video. Cheers, guys.